Steak Ambassador Israel Adesanya here with my breakdown for UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia. It's a sizzling card and my friends at Steak have some special offers for it, so check those out today. Plus, get a 200% bonus on your first deposit when you register using the code Adesanya312. Get your UFC bets in with Steak. And this time, I'm not gonna be watching it from the couch. So yeah, I'll be there live, direct, front and center.
For the breakdown, we are headed to UFC Sydney. We have two of our city kickboxing brothers on the card.
And Colby, he got signed.
Hey, to who?
Colby Thick and Knees got signed to the UFC.
Oh,
Alex's training partner.
Oh, yeah.
I like the story though.
Yeah, because he's fighting Taporia's brother. Yeah.
That's
But let's
cool
just touch on Rongju first.
Oh, Rongju. My Chinaman, my brother.
We wouldn't talk about his opponent. Let's talk about, him being your teammate and the relationship that you have.
He's the man. So Rongju, I met in China when I was training there. Jayo, years ago, was he was cool back then, and then suddenly just came to the gym, started training there for the last, 3 months now. And yeah, he's a good training partner. Really good standard style.
Yeah.
Really good standard style and good striking. And he's fighting a guy who's a jiu-jitsu black belt, really dangerous boy.
What weight is this?
Welter. He's a welter.
Lightweight.
Oh no, lightweight. Sorry, yeah, he's a thick boy.
The guy's 7 or undefeated. The guy's fighting Cody Steele.
Yeah, Rongju's on, and right now I think he's peaking very well. So I can't wait to see him this weekend. He's gonna do some work. Yeah.
Nice. And then we also have Kevin Hussein,
my French
fighting
brother
on the card.
Yeah.
He's recently coming off a loss, but he went back to the gym, back at it again.
What's the weight?
Welterweight. He's fighting Jonathan McClear. Looks like this guy's making his UFC debut.
Okay.
But talk about Kevin and
Kevin, they call him As You Say, he's a judo black belt.
Oh, nice.
Because whenever he grabs you, you're taking flight.
Yeah.
So he's up. Also his striking and his pace, the way he's able to work. He's just a guy that he's disciplined, way more disciplined than most of us in the gym. He just knows what he wants to do and he gets it done. So I respect that about him. And again, he's coming off a loss, but he's a guy that has that fire. You can tell that eats at him. He's just like, nah, I'm gonna get this one back. And it's not even soon. He's just like, you know what? Let's go again. Yeah.
So our boys are on the early prelims. And then we have Colby Thicknees versus Alexandra Topuria. So who is Colby Thicknees?
Colby he's been training with Alexander Volkanovski since he was like 16 or 15, and he's been Alex's main training partner. There's a cool story there. So I've rolled with him. He's just on you like a wet blanket, and the way he just sticks to you, and he's a great striker. I think it might be undefeated, but he's got a great record.
Undefeated.
Nice.
So he just got signed to the UFC, and his UFC debut is against Alexandra Topuria. So it's a cool story because someone who made the joke at the hotel saying this is Volkanovski versus Topuria 1.5.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
Here
funny.
we go.
That's
So they're going to be in the corner, and it's going to be like a pre-clash before the later rematch at some point.
Cool.
But,
Cool.
Yeah,
We got Volk and Topuria at home.
Yeah, exactly. But now, honestly, I think Kobe's going to do well. I don't know too much about Alexander Topuria.
He's got a cool
some
story.
power.
He's got a cool story as well because he kind of lost the fight and then was out for 6 years.
Oh, really?
And then he's just kind of made his return, had a good fight, a few fights, and then now he's coming to the UFC.
Well, how do you know, Mike?
To be fair, this story just came up on my feed. This is why it's just interesting. It just came up on my feed, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Obviously, the two coaches.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a cool story, but then it tells the story about the guys as well. So it's cool.
He's got some heavy hands. So
Yeah?
This can,
Yeah.
It's going to be a good
Sure.
fight for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about heavy hands, we also have Justin Taffa on the card. He's fighting another heavyweight.
Knockout round one. I don't even care.
Next fight.
Knockout round one.
All
That's
right,
it.
in the co-main event of the evening, a big fight. Tatiana Suarez finally getting her long-awaited title shot.
And she's had injuries as well.
No, she had a
Tatiana's
disease. She had what's it? She had some type of disease. I forget what it was.
No, but she had ACL. No, I think she did an ACL. She's a great wrestler.
11-0 undefeated.
Oh wow.
But she's
Tatiana Suarez?
Yeah. She's wrestling's on point. She's tall for the weight class. Her striking's improving, and I know she had like an injury as well. So maybe she had something else after that. But again, to see her finally get a shot is awesome. But you are going up against Wei Li Zhang, who I know she trains at Bangtan Muay Thai with the boys Brad Riddell and Josh Hinger and them. And bro,
she's a tank.
Oh my god! And
tank, man.
I've seen her. You've seen her hit the pads.
Yeah.
Her Sanda style. Her sidekick is like a jab.
Yo, calm down with the pads. She shook my hand. That was enough for me.
Remember when she high crotched Ngannou?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, there's a clip of it. She high crotched Ngannou, just picked him up.
Oh, she actually used the technique that we were talking about today.
Yeah.
You see,
She picked him up.
lifting it with a straight.
Don't give him the
Oh,
sauce, don't
here
give
we
him the
go.
sauce, don't give him the
son.
sauce. Yeah.
Wait. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it.
Allegedly. I did that shit.
Like, real, what are your thoughts on this matchup? How do you think it plays out?
To be fair, I don't know enough.
What do you think of
about
Weili
Tatiana.
Zhang as a champion?
She's a beast. Like
Just talk about that, yeah.
Yeah, so for in terms of Weili, like anytime she fights, it's it's going to be full action. She's come forward, but smart with it as well. Like it's aggressive, but there's pressure, but not
pressure.
reckless. And,
Disciplined.
yes, disciplined pressure, and that in itself is an attribute that's very difficult to come up against if you're fighting someone that's constantly in your face, but just enough alleviating the pressure when it's necessary when it's unsafe for them. So it's in terms of her, I'm always
Who's
a
your
fan.
pick? Who's your pick?
It would be her because I don't know enough about Tatiana. So
Coach Ozzy, what do you think of this matchup?
Man, I think speed will play a big role in this one.
Yeah.
Speed would be
Speed
Who's
kills.
speed?
the defining.
Weili.
Speed. Yeah. She's way too disciplined. She's
Fist of
way
the
too
North Star.
focused. And
Yeah.
you add
Fist
a
of
sprinkle
fury.
of speed to that
Trust.
one. It's she's gonna be very hard to catch, very hard to hit, and with her kicks and with her mobility, with the lateral movements, how she does it.
Yeah, that's thin
I think it's
angles.
gonna
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be tough problem to solve for Tatiana.
straight broccoli.
However, I think if Tatiana closes the distance, it will come down to her not just strength but endurance, grappling endurance.
Muscular endurance. Yeah,
Sure.
How much she will force
Okay.
Wing Lee to spend dynamics,
Yeah.
and when she gets up, what's gonna happen
Yeah.
then?
Okay.
So it's a very almost like they have each other's kryptonites.
Yeah.
I think Zhang's combination is going to make the difference. She's got great combinations, and I feel like she could put off.
I just hear her shouts. When,
Yeah, I literally heard it, bro.
yeah, I saw you saying it. I just hear her. Ow.
I think those combinations can really throw Tatiana off. I think that's going to be the difference. So you're right with the speed, but I think her combinations play a big role, and I think that can.
I also want to say Tatiana, she, like I said, a beast. She's a beast of what she does. But what might be not a kryptonite, but a problem is just a layoff. Because Weili's been active. She's been active. And so that's why I'm gonna go with Weili in this fight, is because activity and momentum is so powerful.
That is a fact. You
It's so-
cannot go.
Yeah.
All right,
you
official
cannot go
pick.
wrong.
We'll go starting from Jamal.
Zhang.
Zhang, Jayo.
Yeah, Zhang.
Yeah, I'm with the team. Jane.
Yeah.
Jayo. And for the main event of the evening, we have my nigga Dricus Du Plessis versus the cracker Sean. Who saw what Hamzat said to Strickland today?
Now, what do you say?
What did he say?
Face to face?
Maybe a tweet. Maybe he didn't get enough love from his father, or maybe he got too much.
Muhammad
love
said
from
the last
his
one.
father.
Oh no, wait, is that
Damn.
Hamzat said that?
Yeah.
Did you see what Bilal Muhammad said?
Oh yeah, Bilal.
Yeah, he said something
Oh, he
similar.
tweeted
Then he
it
goes,
as well.
Yeah.
he goes,
I think Bilal was touching his father too.
he said something like that. He said something like
Everybody went after his father.
about showing it, getting too much love from his dad. It's mad. But that's
some
crazy.
deep,
Is there-
deep love, man.
Was there a whistleblower who's been spreading the information?
I mean, he's talked about it. I think on Theo Bond's podcast, he was quite. Look, Strickland. I'll say this about him: he looks like he's a dickhead on screen and says all this kind of stuff, but behind the scenes, he'll say the nicest things to me.
Okay.
Like he'll like relay messages to me and say things that are really nice. So I know there's good in him. He just has to put on this persona of run, beard. But there's good in everyone and there's good in him. But he also has to do the work on himself.
Yeah.
So that way he doesn't have to carry that stuff anymore. Because that just holds
And
you
the
down.
subject that you and me were talking about before.
He did just hold you down, honestly. All that stuff, the trauma and whatnot,
Yeah.
because it comes out. But
So
like for me,
man, wow.
even look, when I was doing the wake up, people were like, "What? He only cut 6 pounds. It's not even that hard." I'm like, bro, I wasn't even in pain. When you do a wake up, it's like, I swear to God, it's a ceremony. It's like some kind of weird ceremony. You're funny.
Oh my God,
It's
we
like
facts.
I ascend. There was a point where my face was vibrating in the tub, and I was just like, and the music playing, I feel everything, and I just let it go. So for me, I just say, that's just my eyes sweating. I'm just cutting weight, and I'm strong enough to feel myself and my emotion, just be able to like let it go, and I don't care what it looks like, because I know, bro, I'll whoop your ass. Like, I don't care. Like, for me, it's just being able to let go. So I feel like a lot of people, like even Strickland, should learn. Like he did on Theo's a little bit, but I think a lot of men, a guy like Jason Wilson, you know, the old man with the beard, he talks a lot about the way of the warrior, being a lamb and being a lion, but knowing when to be both, knowing which one to be, you know. So yeah, if not, that kind of stuff, I think is just emotional baggage, and you don't realize how long it holds you down or how much it holds you down till you let it go.
Nice. Starting from you, how do you think the fight plays out?
I think, to be honest, it's gonna be Dricus doing what he does, and Strickland might wrestle better, but he's not going to initiate it. But if he can have his defense on point, he might be able to beat Dricus. But I think Dricus is just too tough right now.
Dricus has had 5 rounds of that style now.
Yeah, but I think Dricus is going to win, but he's gonna do it the way he does it, which is just be stubborn and take him down and try and beat Strickland up. But if Strickland can stop the takedowns, then he'll be fine. But I'm gonna go Dricus though. I'm gonna go Dricus.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing because it's weird. I keep saying this, but I don't get how Dricus is a champion. Just stylistically, I watch him and it's just messy. Like it doesn't seem like, oh, I get it. Like it's just messy. But one thing, and this is an art in itself, is he just knows how to win. Like he just knows how to figure. It's like he said, stubbornness. It will just blocking this way. He'll figure out that. It just eventually he's tough enough to still be in there and then find a way to win.
We was talking about that before, about outlasting.
Yeah, the fitness. Yeah, exactly. He's just stubborn.
That's
man.
how he got me. He just outlasted me. Like, I was feeling good.
Yeah,
and then I lapsed in judgment, and then he was able to just keep
doing the same thing.
And he got you to fight his fight.
Facts.
You're fighting his sparring rounds.
Yeah.
Whatever he's been doing in training, he pulled you into his game.
Just like
I was doing me at first, and that was the most active I've ever been in any UFC fight. But I didn't have enough gas in the tank, so once I started to doom.
Yeah, he's still going.
But that fourth round was crazy.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, bro, I spawned on him. My nuts on the back of his head, his face into the mat. Boom.
But that's when your strikes started to come along. Everything was coming piecing togetere.
I know that sequence you're talking about. And then I tried to, I was like, get up. And then Mark let him get up. And I tried to advance on him, and he just
Here we
this
go.
fucking flail arm swing at me. And I'm just like, it stopped me and reset me. So I had to, move. But then I got tired, and then he just went,
If you don't know what you're going to do, your opponent can't know.
You never let him know your next move.
I never let me know my next move.
Coach Ozzy, what do you think of the matchup?
Man, I cannot wait to see this one because I truly believe both athletes have such an unorthodox way of winning their fights through the very odd striking techniques mixing with the rest. So it's going to be a very interesting study for me because I love studying these kind of unusual matches. They always bring some knowledge, information gems out there for us to learn. But I'm leaning towards Dricus because I think his odd style is better than Strickland's odd style. Because Strickland is going to be linear, okay? If we put the volume of strikes, the odd strikes that Dricus will throw, to the amount of odd strikes that Strickland would throw, I think Dricus just through the sheer numbers will have a higher success rate of connecting. And man, he leans forward good, man, and Strickland leans back a lot. So here's the match.
Jamal?
So I'm gonna go against all of you and go Strickland. The reason why his cardio and his volume is really good, right? You're saying about Dricus' messy style. Strickland does something similar. He's got his own style, which is that Philly shell in MMA, which you don't really ever see, but it works really, really well for him, right? And with that volume that he puts in, especially against you saw the fight with Dricus the first time. I personally lean towards Strickland for that fight, right? Coming off on the second one, his grappling is really underrated as well. He's got very good grappling, but he doesn't need to rely on it because his striking works for him, right? Dricus is messy. I think that's going to be the difference. You say he leans forward a lot, but that Philly shell that he does, he can land the right hand, especially if he's moving messy.
That's big. Yes, because
do you understand?
Look how I see that one. I thought about this too. When Dricus starts leaning forward, he doesn't pull back.
Right.
He's gonna continue. He gains. It's more. Yes, he gains it. That's one. Two. A lot of people talking about Strickland's cardio, his endurance. count how many strikes he throws per fight and count the dynamics of his strikes. So he uses minimum amount of legs. If he throws half of the strikes that he throws with the dynamics that he uses in his legs, dynamics that he uses in his legs, I don't think he will last. One of the tricks that we get from him feeling like, oh, he has a good endurance is just the type of work he does.
He's efficient.
He's very efficient. He doesn't load up on anything. And
So,
that's
and
how
I think Dricus is not going to let him be efficient.
All right, official pick.
I'm going with Strickland.
I'm going the African Dricus.
My brother Dricus.
Dricus.
Yeah,
That's
brother.
family.
Yeah,
man.
brother
family.
Trickus. Brother Trickus.
All right, Izzy and Mike, please wrap it up for us.
Let's wrap it up. Man, honestly, like there's moments after we trained today, I went into the cold plunge, and there's moments where I just like pause. I know you have these as well. I'm sure you have these, and you just go like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like what a
We had that today when we went in there.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what the fuck? Like, what was today?
What a
It's
life.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a
And
great
again,
life what we do.
I'm just always grateful no matter what. Like, look, when we've fallen before. We've all fallen in our lives. But look where we are. When we fall, we're still higher at a peak than most people will ever see in this life.
Alhamdulillah.
And I will always be grateful no matter what. Because look, bad night in the office never means a bad life. And what a fucking life.
Yeah.
And look, you've already cemented yourself
Yeah.
as like one of the middleweight goats, and like, you know what I mean? It's nothing but up for you. You know,
We
just
still up,
Continue the
baby.
legacy, my man.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're down, but we're still up.
But I still, I'm not forgiving you for trying to front flip.
What did
me,
I
man.
do?
You front flip.
I don't know. Hey, roll the tape. Roll the tape.
You didn't get my one.
Hey, but also, by the way, I love you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much, man.
What a pleasure,
It's been
man.
an absolute pleasure, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Steak Ambassador Israel Adesanya here with my breakdown for UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia. It's a sizzling card, and my friends at Steak have some special offers for it, so check those out today. Plus, get a 200% bonus on your first deposit when you register using the code Adesanya312. Get your UFC bets in with Steak. And this time, I'm not going to be watching it from the couch. So yeah, I'll be there live, direct, front and center. Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy this video.